Good evening. You're watching a special edition of The Big Story. I'm Ren Ci coming to you live from the Straits Times newsroom. News just in: all nursing home staff and residents will be tested for the coronavirus, starting with those who show symptoms of an acute respiratory infection. The testing will then be progressively rolled out to all 16,000 residents. It is expected to be completed by early June, said Health Minister Gan Kim Yong on Friday.
Testing is an important strategy to detect COVID-19 infections amongst our vulnerable groups as early as possible to limit further transmission. We will test all staff and residents of nursing homes with symptoms of acute respiratory infection. New residents are also tested prior to admission. In addition, since 29th April, we have initiated testing for all 9,000 staff and 16,000 residents of the 80 nursing homes in Singapore. Of the 9,000 staff tested, all were negative for COVID-19 except for one staff in Ren Ci AMK.
As a precaution, staff who interact directly with residents will also stay in designated facilities. Around 700 staff members from nursing homes funded by the Ministry for Social and Family Development will live on-site. Another 400 will move into hotels. Meanwhile, starting from May 12, all TCM halls will be allowed to sell retail products, but the same safe distancing measures must be in place before these medical halls can start operations. With more businesses set to reopen come May 12, National Development Minister Lawrence Wong appealed to Singaporeans to pace themselves when going out as circuit breaker is still in place.
For individuals, again, there is no need to rush to go out to patronize these businesses on the 12th of May. I know some people may not have had a haircut for some time, but there is no need to rush to go out to have a haircut on the 12th of May. There will be time to do so. Right? So let's pace ourselves. Don't rush to go out quickly just because of the easing of some restrictions. The circuit breaker is still in place, and we should make the most of this next 3 weeks and more through the circuit breaker period to bring our community numbers down as much as possible. In the meantime, let us also, as we are focusing on today, in today's press conference, do everything we can to protect our seniors because they are the most vulnerable group.
With about 3 more weeks to the end of the circuit breaker, Mr Wong also said that the restrictions won't be lifted completely after June 1st. The easing of measures will be gradual. Even for workplaces where workers are allowed to return, more precautions will have to be taken, said Mr Wong. For instance, using the digital check-in system called SafeEntry and enhancing technology like the TraceTogether app to speed up contact tracing.
As I said just now, have about three over weeks before the circuit breaker period comes to an end on the 1st of June. We will, as we have described, continue to monitor, assess the situation in thinking about what to do post 1st June. Whatever the decision or whatever happens in the coming days or weeks, it is clearly not going to be the case that after 1st of June, everything will be lifted and we will go back to status quo ante. That is clearly not going to happen. So all of us have to be mentally prepared that the scenario of post 1st June will continue to be one of gradual, calibrated easing. Exactly how much we'll have to see depending on the assessment of the situation in the coming days and weeks.
For more on the COVID-19 updates in Singapore, do log on to straitstimes.com. For the full press conference, you can watch it on the Straits Times YouTube channel. Once again, I'm Ren Ci. Stay safe and have a good weekend ahead.